Hey guys, welcome back to episode 5, One or Done. And obviously, I'm the crazy one over here.
Yes, guys, welcome. This is Jess over here. Thank you so much for joining us again. I'm excited for today's topic, guys, especially because I am not crazy. One and done has been my phrase for the past 5 years.
I'm in between. Listen, I'm really, really thankful that we were able to have Kason, but it's been such a handful that it kind of makes you rethink. Like when you have time to actually think about the next pregnancy, you're like, damn, do I really want to do that to myself again?
Nope.
Janira, you didn't have
I
time.
didn't
You
have
just got,
time.
No,
you didn't have time. When you have time to,
topic, guys, is one and done or are you crazy, right? So I chose this topic specifically because I get asked all the time, Jessica, when you gonna have the next one? And when I tell people no, like I'm done, they look at me like I'm freaking crazy. When in
I
reality,
think
yeah, no, when I look at people, moms with multiple kids, like they're crazy. So that's why we're gonna speak about it, like one and done, or should we be having more than one? Because society makes it seem like, oh, that's also, let's start with that off. Society makes it seem that because you're a woman, you have to have a baby,
that's
and I think that's something that's not true. It's a choice. Just because we're women, we don't have to be, and we shouldn't look down on a woman because they don't want to have kids.
exactly.
I think
and
that's something that's so important. So if a woman comes out pregnant unexpectedly and does not want to have another one, then it's okay too.
I hate getting asked, are you going to go for the girl? Like, no, I'm not going to go for the girl. I can't pick, like, yes, I'm going to have a girl next. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, when we found out we were pregnant with Josiah, I was 9 months postpartum. So AJ was only 9 months. We were like, whoa. Personally, I wanted them close. I knew I wanted, when I found out I could have kids, I wanted at least two because I wanted them to have each other.
So were your pregnancies planned? Your first pregnancy was a plan?
No, I couldn't get pregnant, so that was all. Hello, what's this? Josiah, I want to say not that it was planned, because it happened way too soon. But the age gap, I wanted it close, but not 18 months close, you know. But it worked out. It worked out. It was hard. It was hard. I had two in diapers, but you know
Mm-mm.
what? I love. So the reason that I wanted them close was because I grew up. My sister's a lot older than me, so I grew up playing Barbies by myself. Like I grew up by myself, wanting my cousins over. When my mom got with my stepdad, and I found out he had 8 kids, I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, I have siblings. You know, I don't consider them my steps. No, that's my sister. Like, we grew up
uh,
together. Those are my sisters. Those are people I played Barbies with. I argued. I shared rooms with, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason why I don't consider myself an only child, because my mom only had me. My dad had.
Oh, so you are only child.
I'm an only child from my mom's side, yeah. Biologically. It's
So, and
only
you
me.
came out fine, so they man.
No, I was lonely. It was lonely.
no, listen, I was the only child by default. Like it wasn't even, I had no control over being like an only child. I was raised by my grandmother. So, and then my actual, so when my biological mother passed away, my grandmother just had her sons, which are technically my uncles, but I've always called them my brothers because my grandmother obviously is their mom and raised me. And she raised us all together, like all her children. Like my grandmother, I call her my mother because she raised me as her own. But it was hard because obviously she's my grandmother. I'm not gonna have any other kids around me. My uncles were older than me, like my brothers. So I was like an only child by default, and I'm a little. No, I'm kidding. Um,
So was your
but it's
pregnancy
like
planned with Kason?
so for not planned, it was prayed for. I always say that
Okay,
because
Virgin Gladys. No, like
no, no, but
I'm
and
just
I
messing
explain
with
why
you.
is because right. I had a miscarriage with
Uh-huh.
Kason. And then when I found out about the miscarriage was the same day as my mom's first year anniversary of her passing. So I was mourning two losses. That really was like the hardest like little point in my
Mm-hmm.
life because I lost my mom. I was so excited about this pregnancy to where, being and finding out that that was literally the day that, like that, it was so hard. So I even remember, yeah, she goes, please have a whole bottle for me, because then I told her it was the anniversary of my mom. So this day, like when I go to the office there, her and I like, hi, how are you? Like we have a bond. But we were so excited and I was so devastated that when we were like, we leave it in God's hands. Like whatever happens, happens. We're not physically trying, like, because after a miscarriage, you don't necessarily want to get pregnant because it's scary. It is really, really scary. So we just like, okay, if it happens, it happens. And Kaysen, we prayed. I prayed. Just whatever you want, my Lord, déjalo que se haga.
You see, I
And
prayed too, but I prayed not to get pregnant. And Timmy set me. He set me up. He set me up because we were together. Let me tell you, before Timmy.
I love how we just went from like a sad ass story to
No, like I was in a 10-year relationship before Timmy and I started, right? And I never ever came out pregnant, and I never used protection. So in my eyes, I'm like, you know what? I can't come out pregnant. Bang! Mess with this guy for 1 year. Palagidi, I'm pregnant. Surprise! Hey, let me tell you guys, I found out on Christmas Eve. We had went out to clubbing the day before. I had like 3 drinks. It was my best friend's birthday, and the next day we had broke up because he bought another girl a drink, and that was that. And I woke up super dehydrated, like I was dying. I was like, "You have to take me to the hospital. This is your fault." We go to the hospital, and the doctor goes, "Who's this gentleman with you?" And I'm like, "Oh, this is my boyfriend." And then she's like, "Oh, okay." And then she starts asking questions, and I'm like, I can't talk. I'm in too much pain. This lady comes and say, "Oh, well, you're 2 weeks pregnant." I was just like, "What?" Like the only thing that came out of my mouth was "what?" Like I could not believe it. And it's been the best thing. Like it's not something again that I prayed for. I never really like if it happened, it happened. Because I came out pregnant at 29. So I was okay with it, and I sometimes wish I would have done it sooner, to be honest with you, because I
yeah.
love being a mom. Like I love it so
Mm-hmm.
much, but I don't love it enough to have another one. That's all I gotta say.
When I got with Angel, like I let him know, look, I know prior that it's gonna be super difficult for me to have kids. Like from the get go, I know that. We talked about that whole IVF when we get there. All right. When I found out he had 8 siblings, I was like, yes, if we have kids, the way I see it is it was only me and my older sister. My sister has 3 kids. So technically the only cousins that my kids have biologically are her 3 kids. Biologically, because my stepsisters and those are my sisters, right? But biologically, they were going to only have me as an aunt. They only have me. Meanwhile, I have 12 aunts from my mom's side, 10 from my dad's side. Like, it's a big family, and I love, like, having so many cousins. Like, I love that when I was born and I was alone, I was a spoiled little brat. Like, I had all the Barbies, but I had nobody to play with. Like, that was, So when I found out Angel had 8 siblings, I was like, yay, we'll have kids, more kids. Like, my kids have 13 cousins, and only, like, 5 of them have kids.
Do they
So
actually
it's like,
spend time together?
Yes.
Because
like,
I have over 100 cousins, and yeah.
So they're all in, like, the same age groups.
Damn, you have a big ass family.
I love it. Like, they're all in the same age groups. So from, like, from the baby, there's, like, a 1 to, like, 13. So, like, they're all, like, I love that. And I was so happy when I found out he had so many siblings. Because I'm like, okay, my kids are going to have cousins. Now with AJ and Josiah, I tell them, I'm like, look, when mom and dad are not here anymore, you guys have each other. You guys get to spend the holidays together, which is why I didn't only want to have one.
Yeah, that's what makes me want.
That's
like,
my perspective.
as hard as as hard as motherhood is, and I have the time right now to think like, damn, do I really want to do this? I think I didn't have a big family at all, like the way you guys have. Like, I have maybe, honestly, one biological cousin that I know of, because my brother, my uncle, whatever, he has like a son, like that's my biological cousin. And that's it, really. And then I unfortunately have siblings, but I don't know because my mom in her life, in the lifestyle that she lived, She lived, as an addict. So it was just, I have siblings that unfortunately she would, couldn't take care of and would lead them to the system. So I have siblings that I know that they exist because obviously I know, but I have an older sister, but we're not close. Like we have even met personally. So I don't have a lot of family. So I will want that for Kason. At least a sibling,
I mean,
And Kevin luckily comes from a big family, which I love. Like I never had that. So the fact that he comes from a big family and Kason has cousins on that side, like for the holidays, it was the cutest thing, like having him with his little cousins, because I never had that, you know? So it was so cute to see, and I cried over the holidays because I was like, damn, I can now give my son what I never had in so many ways, just by providing him a family.
Girl, you making me
You know what I mean?
emotional
Like
and
that's
shit. Like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to
I
cry.
And my
know.
end, it's crazy
Shut
because
up.
I have a brother. I have an older brother and I have an older sister. And the relationship is not there. Like, I don't even talk to my sister. So the holidays, I can't even remember the last time I spent the holiday with my brother. It's just not there. And it's not a lack of me because it's not from my end. It's I put my part and it's like I just stay there waiting. So I've cut ties,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with it. And I'm okay with it because I'm learning to build my own family and have around me the people that actually matter and want to be around me. So,
Yeah.
like, fuck it.
I have a bad relationship too in
Yeah.
my family, so I get
Like,
to
I'm
on that,
okay with
yeah.
Alexa being by herself because guess what? I have two siblings and they don't do shit.
That's
They don't do shit. So the way that I want to teach Alexa is that if you don't have a family to lean on, you could build your own family and create it. Like my
Yeah.
best friends are my sisters. Like they are my everything,
Yeah.
you know?
Mine
So
too.
it's good to have, like, I get it because I grew up with my father is the youngest of my grandma had 21 pregnancies but 16 kids.
oh yes,
So
yeah.
my father's the youngest, and when we do family reunions, it's huge. But guess what? I don't really have a relationship with them, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Like, you get to build your own family, and that's also okay.
Like
That's why, yeah, go.
like from my dad's side, I'm the baby. Like I'm the youngest one from my dad's side, right? And when my dad passed, me and my sister got a lot closer. Like I haven't seen her because of everything going on, but like FaceTime talking. But like I said, my sister's 30 years older than me. So
Yeah,
it's
Oh,
that's
it's
crazy.
it's
damn.
a different relationship. She's like a mom to me,
Yeah, you about to
So
put her
like
Yeah.
in a home. That's
yeah,
crazy.
my niece is 9 years older than me. My nephew is like 5 years older than me. Like they have a young aunt, so it's
Yeah.
different. But like
Yeah.
my sisters, those we're close. We're all close in age, and like I shared room with my stepbrother, and my stepsisters. Like those are considered my siblings as well, even though we don't have the same blood. I guess so. Like that's my sister. Don't call her step. That's my sister. Which is why everybody gets confused when I'm like I have 8 siblings when technically my mom only had me.
That's crazy, right? It's
Mm,
funny because my
that
best friend
is.
called me the other day. You know the reel that you did, Gladys? That you're like, oh, but I don't. Why the closest people with the good vibes or something like that live in Florida?
It's always the
She
furthest
called me. She goes,
away.
"Who the fuck is this bitch putting a reel about you?" I was
I
like,
don't share you.
"Yeah." I was like, "Girl."
Listen, so I have two best friends that I love to death. Like we've known each other since we were 12 years old. Like for like it's a 20-year relationship of a friendship, which Kayson's godmother, like that's my heart, that's my sister. Um we're not jealous with each other. Like we're not that jealous type. Like we're secure with our
I'm
friendship. Like
territorial.
she
I'm
knows.
very
Yeah,
territorial.
like I'm not territorial. Like I'm the most chillest person. Like I'm like, yo, that's your friend. Okay, cool. How is she? Does she want to
Nope.
hang? Like I'm not
I
territorial at all.
mean, while she's
I'm
with
like, yo,
you,
you
what
do
she
you.
want from you,
Sometimes,
and don't be spending too much time with her. Nope.
No, no. I'm like, no. Listen, we solid. Like you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Like your case's godmother. That's that's my
Loyalty.
goddaughter's mom. Yo, that little girl is my heart. Like I saw her be born. All right, like physically was behind the doctor when I wasn't supposed to be. I'm like, oh my god. So she knows. Like, and when we went through our hardest times, we were each other's first phone call.
So she's your
You
sister,
know,
pretty much. That's
that's
the
my sister.
relationship.
What? That's not even a best friend. Like
that's a
that's my
sister. Yeah.
sister.
So
Her mom is like my second mother. Like Kason, will grow up and call her grandma.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that's
So I
family.
mean, it's safe to say that one and done is fine then because you can build your own family. And conclusion,
Or you can inherit
But
someone
see,
you
else's.
fucking
I don't
crazy,
gotta
January.
invite. I don't have to invite. So Josiah, he's turning 6 the end of the month, and we don't have to invite anybody because all his cousins. That's it. That's it. That's the
Oh, so
family.
him
That's
and Alexa are the same
That's
age? I
awesome.
didn't realize that.
he turned 6 on the 31st,
Yeah,
and we're planning this whole getaway with only his cousins. That's all he wanted. He
I
was like,
love
I just
that.
want my cousins, you know.
Oh.
So that means everything to me.
Yeah, my cousins, if you're listening to this, call me. Call me. No.
um, no, it's cute because Kayson's little cousin, like from obviously from Kevin's side, like they have kids his age, so it's like awesome. And then there's one of his cousins that's like, Kason always asks for him, like, oh my god, they're little, like over the holidays, it was the cutest little thing to see. You know, it's just because I love it. I didn't have it. So to the fact that Casey's gonna
It's
have this,
amazing.
like, it makes me want to have another one because then I know for a fact that it's gonna be
You're
this.
fucking crazy. I
And
got
then
One more,
traumatized. Look,
one more.
Alexa was 8 pounds, 9 ounces, 21.5 inches. That
Kason was
shit
nine
hurt.
pounds.
Like,
But
no.
it's
Well,
different.
I didn't
Every
push.
pregnancy
No,
is
no. You
different.
see,
Every
that's
birth
why.
is
Like, nope.
different.
You're, no.
I
I'm
didn't
good.
give. I remember I had a C-section, girl, so I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
I just had to recover from that.
Different.
There was nothing ripping
I'm
through
good.
me.
Like I have my
Thankfully,
days
thank
that
God, I'm
I'm like
so
maybe one
because he was
more.
9 pounds.
Sometimes I'm like maybe one more.
No.
Like
So let me share
I
you
don't
guys
know.
why I don't want one, right? And then you guys can share, I guess, why you don't, if you do or do not want more. Me personally, I'm okay. I'm okay with one. I feel that with Alexa, I can afford to do whatever she wants. I can do
Yeah.
extra curriculum activities. I can give her my undivided attention and run my business with no problem. Like I feel that I can handle it. I feel like I cannot
Yeah.
handle two. So for
Yes,
my
you can.
yeah, for my sanity, right? I choose not to have another one, you know? So that's the reason why, because I've seen firsthand people that I know have multiple kids and live off the system, right? Like they have to
Yeah.
live in a 1, 2 bedroom apartment with multiple kids and their kids can't even have their own room. Like
Yeah,
that's not okay. Like, you know, you can do better, you know?
yeah.
So that's why I choose, and I don't, that's not to judge anybody neither, because to each his
No,
own. You do what you can handle. But this is why I choose only to have Alexa, because this is what I can handle. So, you know, when people ask me and they look at me like I'm crazy, I look at them right back like they're crazy. Like, you need to respect my vagina.
yeah.
This is what I choose.
Your choice.
Yeah. So what do you actually, let's start with January because she got two. So if you want one more, yo te voy a meter un
No, no, no.
manicomio.
I say maybe, maybe. I have my days. Some days I'm like, do I want one more or no? Like there's days that I'm like, oh yeah, like AJ's so good with babies. Like he loves
And they're
babies
so
and stuff. And I'm like,
handsome.
3 boys,
I
because
know
I'm
they
already like a
are.
boy mom. I'm like 3 boys, that's badass. Que yo diga que yo tengo 3 machos, but 2 machos, I'm happy. I'm happy with my 2 boys. If that's all I have, and I'm happy. And like I'm not trying for no girl. I'm not gonna be no. My mother-in-law tried for a girl and she got 5 boys
That happened.
before
I've
her
seen
kids.
that done
Ooh.
before. So are
So
you
that's
gonna pull out? Just pray on it?
well.
You gonna pray on it?
I have my
Oh,
IUD
okay.
and
I thought you
it's
was gonna just pray on
I'm
it.
good.
I thought you was gonna do a
I'm
Gladys.
no. I'm good. I got 2 more years, and then I put another one, and
We're gonna call that now a Gladys. You
a
doing it,
Gladys.
Gladys?
Gladys, when you pray for it, right? Listen, God has blessed me by praying, all right? So I'll take that as a compliment. Um, Kevin and I, like when we first started, I'm like, it's so crazy how my timeline I was like, I want to be married and have a kid by 30, and I accomplished that. Like, I wish that I would have met Kevin a little sooner. So our like the timeline that we had our relationship, like we were together for 3 years, before we had Kason. So that was beautiful, like because we got to enjoy our relationship, enjoy our time, build a friendship, build love. So when we finally had a kid, it was like that just united everything. Um, but do I wish I met him sooner so I can have more
Oh my
energy?
God, yes, me
Yes,
too.
because being a mom in your 30s, like brand new, like I have way more energy in my 20s to like party and club that I wish I kind of had to be with a kid, because in your 30s, yo,
Bro,
you
to pick
feel
up
it.
these
You really
toys,
feel
it's
it.
so hard.
Like, you feel it. Like, age hits you when you're 30. I look better now in my 30s than I did in my 20s. Thank you very much. Even after a kid. But it's like, it's just your body still, as much as you're active and as well as you eat, you're still tired. Like, your body's just naturally tired a little bit more because obviously, yeah, like whatever the hormones that you have, whatever. But I will want to have another one, even though I will be pushing it because I'll be closer to, like, I'm 31
Oh,
now.
you're
I'll be
still young,
32
girl. You
next
need to
month.
cut it.
You know, I'll be 30. I'll be 32 next month. We want to have at least a 2 to 3 age gap between them because I want to enjoy Kason. Like, I love our relationship. I want to enjoy him, but you know, I would love to see him with another sibling because again, I didn't have that. So for me, family, adding an extra person and making it a equal foursome. I don't want to odd number. I want to equal. I'm an equals like
Yeah.
kind of girl. I would want to add another, whether it's a girl, we already have a name because my mom actually chose it. I have a video of her saying, but yeah, girl, I'll send it to you guys. But anyways, I would want to just have like a pair, you know, and I would want another one, just at least one more. I can't handle the third. I can't handle three. I know what I can handle, and I feel like I can handle another one especially if I enjoyed casing the way I want to, you know, and then introduce another one. But three, I feel like that would be too much on my plate. Listen, respect to the moms who have multiples. I respect you guys because listen, it is hard, regardless whether you're crazy or not, whatever. It is hard being a mom. To one man, whatever, if it's 4, 5, 6, whatever you decide, 19, because there's moms of 19.
Yeah.
Yes, whatever you decide, it is hard regardless. Like being a mom in general. So respect to whether you're a mom of multiples or a singular mom and choose to do whichever one. Respect.
Yeah.
You know, because it is hard.
I think in a perfect world, like Just said, you know, I would have 5. Like I could handle it.
Oh, if the economy
In a
and
perfect
everything
world.
was perfectly fine, and
No.
I was a millionaire and I can afford, I will have all
No.
the kids.
If I got a new vagina every time I had a kid, then I would do it. So then I'm good. Thank you very much. I don't care how much money I have. New vagina, yes. Same vagina, no. Sorry.
Yo, Alexa really
Yo,
traumatized you.
Yeah,
you don't understand. He was stitching for 30
And
You
minutes.
should have had a C-section then. You should have had a C-section
wanted
because
it.
we just had a conversation. Oh, that's true, yeah.
Alexa doesn't ask you for a sibling. Like she don't tell you. Mom,
No,
I want
we had that conversation already. She was like, she
Damn.
asked me for one, and I was like, "Do you know what babies do?" She's like, "What?" I was like, "They cry, they stink, they take a shit. You got to change their diapers." And she goes, "Oh no, I don't want a baby." I was like, "Exactly, we don't want a baby," and that's that. That was a real quick conversation. It was easy.
See, me and my youngest sister Maria, we have a 14-year gap. So it's
not
I
bad.
like it, but it's a lot.
It's not bad.
It's a lot. So I think AJ's turning 8 in August. I think we're probably done. Like that's a big
Starting over.
It'll start.
Well,
yeah.
that's a good topic.
Because then just
starting over after your first kid. Write that down. That's a good topic.
That's what
It's true though, but one and done for me, guys. One and done for me.
We have one more coming from Gladys.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say yeah. But thank you guys for tuning in. This was fun. This conversation
Definitely
was
fun.
Yeah, it was emotional, it was funny, it was everything in one. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys took a good laugh.
And it goes hand in hand with the next episode, guys. The next episode is FCK them kids, and it's okay, you know? Fuck them kids sometimes, because even fuck that one kid, you know? Like, it's okay to do so.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and don't forget to give us reviews on Apple Podcasts. We appreciate all your
And we
comments.
love you guys. Thank you
guys.
See ya next time.
Peace.